The Survey Corps are in disbelief. How could Marcel escape? The official response from the government was Marlowe and Hitch were sympathetic to Marcel from their time in cadet training and let him escape. Both of them were set to be executed for betraying humanity. No one in the Survey Corps were close to Marlowe and Hitch, so they accepted the story until they got to Walsina. Armin noticed that while Marcel's transformation and escape caused significant damage, there weren't any signs of a battle, nor did anyone pursue him across Wall Rose. The escape was too thorough, and he couldn't have pulled it off with just 2 allies. Armin voiced those suspicions to Hanji, and she quietly ordered investigations into Marlowe and Hitch. Hanji believed Armin, but knew that acting on his suspicions was dangerous. With the Survey Corps being gutted by the battle for Saganshima, they had no way to continue keeping the nobility in line like they had been after the uprising. The only thing keeping the military police and nobility from retaking control was the Survey Corps' popularity with the people. Eventually, Zeke reaches out to the island. He tells them he knows how to unlock the Founder and will provide them the technology to modernize. In return, he wants to meet with Eren. Reiner is adamant that Zeke has ulterior motives, and Eren has no evidence that Zeke's plan will work. But without any alternatives, Hanji is forced to accept. And because Zeke mentioned that the plan requires someone with royal blood, Rod Reiss is selected to inherit the Beast Titan after Zeke. Reiner will offer to sacrifice himself to Rod so Eren could unlock the Founder immediately, but Eren will reject it. He won't accept a plan that sacrifices his comrades. Hanji's investigations into Marlowe and Hitch proved that neither of them would have released Marcel. Marlowe was too honorable, and even if Hitch did it, she couldn't have done it alone. Armin and Hanji decide they must root out the traitors before Zeke and the volunteers learn about it. 1 year ago, Marcel escaped from Walsina. He was stuck in Paradis for months until he signaled to a Marleyan reconnaissance vessel to take him back. By this point, the Mid-East Alliance has declared war on Marley. Marcel requests to meet with Magath. He reports that he secured an agreement between Marley and the ruling families of Paradis. Marcel explains how he escaped and the agreements that were made. During his time in prison, the noble families would ask him about the outside world, and he'd tell them about how humanity lived in luxury, how strong Marley was, and lastly the persecutions Eldians faced. He'd constantly mention honorary Marleyans, Eldians who gained equal status and live in luxury for their service to Marley. The Tiber family were Marcel's favorite example. He knew the noble families would sacrifice the island to maintain their riches, and he was playing into that. And his plan worked. The nobility gave him a proposition. If they let him escape and continue providing him with information, could Marley guarantee their safety and grant them the status of honorary Marleyans? And could they live in luxury like the Tiber family? Magath decides that the deal is perfect. They gain valuable intel on Paradis, and once they defeat the Mid-East Alliance, they just walk into Paradis and take Eren. Also, who says they have to hold their end of the deal? After all, what's wrong with betraying Eldian devils? Because of this, Magath learns about Zeke's betrayal, the volunteers, and how to unlock the Founding Titan. Taking action against Zeke during the war is too risky, as they would need him to defeat the Mid-East Alliance. So Magath works with Willy and Marcel to monitor Zeke and use him as bait for Eren, and reform the Marleyan military in one stroke. Eren rejects Zeke's euthanasia plan and believes Armin's diplomacy will fail. But without seeing the future, Eren never considers destroying the world. He will just use the rumbling to crush Marley and buy Paradis time to modernize the island. He will use Flock and the Jaegerist to monitor Yelena, but he will also reach out to Kenny and his personal military squadron. Eren wants Kenny to bring him Rod Rice and take out the noble families when the time comes. Kenny's motivations have changed. He knows the truth of the world, and that Uri was brainwashed by the first king. But Eren also possesses that same power, and instead wants to end the peace. He'll want to see if Eren could follow through once he unlocks the founder, or will he also end up as Uri? Plus, Kenny will get to take out the noble families he's hated his whole life. Through this, Eren and Kenny will learn about the nobility's secret communications with Marley. Kenny will intercept the messages and replace them with fabricated ones, so Marley never notices. Eren will assume that Marley knows about Zeke's betrayal, so he'll need to break him out. And if that fails, he'll need to capture a warrior and use them as a sacrifice instead of Reiner. Eren's letters home will detail how the noble families have betrayed Paradis and what he intends to do in Marley. When he arrives in Marley, Eren will avoid Zeke and instead use Falco to communicate with him. Zeke will learn that he's under watch, but by this point all his allies have been taken out, leaving him alone. The battle in Marley ends in a disaster. Marcel and Magath's preparations pay off. The second Eren transforms, Zeke transforms as well and targets the other warriors, but Marcel was waiting for him, and Zeke gets taken out before he could do much damage. Yelena gets captured, which allows Peak to join the fight. Reiner targets Marley's ports to clear a path for the airship. Eren takes down the Warhammer, but can't break Laura out of her crystal. Thanks to the nobility's treachery, Magath could prepare for the ODM gear, and the Survey Corps gets shredded by guns. And because Hanji was worried about her plans being leaked to Marley, the mission was rushed, meaning they had less supplies and manpower. The Survey Corps are forced to withdraw with heavy casualties. Eren completely descends into madness, as he can't find a path to victory without sacrificing Reiner or killing thousands. Eren gets thrown in prison, and Flock and Kenny begin planning a way to overthrow the government and capture Reiner and Rod Rice. While this is happening, the military prepares to take the founder from Eren and give Rod the armored titan, so they could unlock the founder for themselves.